Hello, JEE main takers. After a detailed discussion and analysis of question paper of day one, and after the detailed discussion with subject experts, we have came up with a detailed analysis of JEE main 2026 day one toughest shift and toughest subject. This year, the difficulty level of JEE main is little surprising. The paper is being moderate to difficult instead of moderate. So we have done a detailed analysis based on the inputs that we received from subject experts. So these inputs are based on subject experts, and also we received subject-wise difficulty level inputs from a popular coaching institute called Infinity Learn. So after compiling all these inputs, we have made a detailed analysis of what was the toughest shift on the day one exam and what was the toughest subject on the day one exam. All these details are being explained in this video. So now let's get into the details. So 2026 day one toughest shift. So on day one, the toughest shift was like in shift one, the paper was moderate to tough, and the difficulty level rating by the subject experts is 2.8. 2.8 means it's moderate to tough. Out of 5, it's 2.8, the difficulty level rating, which means the paper was moderate to tough. And if you consider shift 2, again the paper was moderate to tough and the difficulty level rating was 2.7. So there wasn't much difference in terms of difficulty level. Both shift 1 and shift 2 were difficult only, like moderate to tough only on the day 1 exam. Just that shift 1 was slightly tougher than shift 2, but more or less shift 1 and shift 2 remained moderate to tough on the day 1 exam. So this was the shift wise difficulty level. Now if you consider toughest subject, what was the toughest subject on the day 1 exam? In shift 1, chemistry was the top toughest subject. This is very surprising. Chemistry was the top toughest subject on the day 1 exam, and mathematics was the second toughest subject in the shift 1, of day 1. And physics was more conceptual based. Physics was relatively easier compared to mathematics and chemistry, but chemistry remained as the toughest subject, and mathematics remained as the second toughest subject. If you are very thorough with the concepts, physics was relatively easy. And in the shift 2 exam, chemistry was the top toughest subject, and mathematics was the second toughest subject. And physics was more application based questions. So in shift 1, while physics was more conceptual based, in the shift 2, physics was more application based. More or less in the both shifts, in shift 1 and shift 2, physics remained relatively easier compared to other subjects like chemistry and mathematics. So overall, chemistry and mathematics remained as little as the toughest subjects in the shift 1 and shift 2, and chemistry being the top toughest subject on the day 1 exam. So what are subject experts suggesting? So what are subject experts suggesting for the upcoming JEE main students, aspirants? The physics, be thorough with formulas. If you are preparing for physics, be thorough with formulas, because 20% 20% questions will be application based. So out of 25 questions, expect at least 20% questions to be application based. And in chemistry, you need to be careful with the organic chemistry questions, because organic chemistry questions were being very tough on day 1 exam. Organic chemistry questions were very tough on day 1 exam. You need to understand the question very well before answering. You need to analyze the question properly, and then only you have to answer. So be careful with organic chemistry questions, because these questions were troubling the students this year in JEE mains exam. And if you consider mathematics, speed and accuracy is more important, as the paper is lengthy. This is the usual only. Every year the max paper is lengthy only, but speed and accuracy is more important. But with chemistry, be careful with organic chemistry questions, because these need more understanding and analysis. So these questions might be time taking also. And in physics, be thorough with formulas and expect more application based questions as well as conceptual based questions. So that's all about the toughest and easiest shift analysis of JEE Main 2026 day 1. You can also click on the links available in the video description. Stay tuned to CollegeDekho for more updates on JEE Mains 2026 exam. Thank you.